Sadie here in Northern New South Wales. I am so grateful to be here and just wanted to jump on and do a video. I'm having my AMLA powder this morning. It is absolutely incredible. I love it. It is full of vitamin C, full of iron, full of minerals, and really keeps me full through the day, really keeps me feeling balanced and calm, and it has been incredible for my skin. I do like peppermint oil as well, and I have put about 15 drops into this amla powder, and it seems to be working well. The peppermint oil is very rejuvenating and very cooling for the liver and very calming. So yeah, I've got it here. I put some boiling water and then I put some cool water on top, which is distilled water that I love, and now I just knock it back, and it is sometimes hard to have, sometimes a little easier. Just trying to get the light right here and the video right. Yeah, so really shakes you up, wakes you up. Girl by the Sea life, incredible. For me, living by the sea is absolute dream. You know, I grew up out in the country, out in Byfield. A lot of my, whoa, sorry about that. Whew. A lot of my high school life was all in Byfield. For my primary school life, it was moving a lot. I remember we went to Middlemount, we went to Emu Park, we went to probably Sydney, Byfield, and Mackay. Mum studied music there. She wanted to develop her singing skills and songwriting skills and acting and things like that. She did in Mackay, Queensland. And then by the time I was in year 8 at high school, I went to an all-girls Catholic school. We were in Byfield, which is 7 hours from Brisbane, 6 hours or something from Brisbane, North Queensland, hot, sunny, a lot of swimming, a lot of sunshine, beautiful nature, creeks, freshwater, beautiful creeks out there. And a lot of my high school life was in Byfield I'll post some photos soon and share that, a very wild, funky studio house that was all crooked and wild and with funky windows and quite, wild. It didn't really have a door that you locked. It didn't really have a back door you locked. It was very open, very, artsy, very freestyle living. So growing up, we used to spend a lot of time at the sea. Like my dad would take us to the sea a lot. He lived a long way from the sea. I remember thinking, why the hell would you live in the middle of urban, I was just a kid, but I was thinking, why would you live here? It's just hot and gross. You're near the train, you're near the city, it was Gosford, like Sydney, an hour out of Sydney, New South Wales. And we would always drive to the beach. So my dream was always to live close to the beach. You don't drive, you just, I am looking at purchasing a car over the next 4 weeks. I like to drive to festivals and events and music, concerts, and I want to get my little Nina into gymnastics and dancing and things and take her to different events. But I believe living by the sea is just life for me. It's so important just to be able to get up, walk to the beach. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you want to walk down the beach. 5 o'clock, and I'm with my little one, we want to just go down and sit in a rock pool and just have a swim and relax, or go down to a park. I just don't want to have to drive everywhere. Get out, blah, 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 blah. I do want to drive to some beautiful beaches and explore nature and other beaches and, nature reserves, but I just love living close to the beach. So that's what my whole channel's about, and my brand, Girl by the Sea. Anyone who relates to that, come on board, follow, leave me a message, and I want to share and just live that dream life, live that dream. My mission is to just be happy, to be content in life, to be fit, healthy, to be well, to really live to my true purpose, to live to what I value, and really just be in control of my life, not letting other people control my life, not being in relationships that I don't like, not being led by what the parents say, what the grandparents say, what society says, what the church says anymore. To actually be the leader, be in the driver's seat and take control and responsibility, not be afraid of that. For many years I was afraid to just take control, to take the steering wheel, or to reach out for help, to go, actually, the parents are not really doing, I don't really like what you're doing and the way you talk to me, the way you treat me. And I've got all these emotions that I don't know how to process, and this anger and resentment and fear, and I just actually need some help. I tried to get help, but I just went to the wrong people, went to the wrong, hi, sorry, I'm ignoring you guys. Hi, how old am I? 100. I'm 100 years old. Does that answer your question? I said hi, how are we going? I'm here in northern New South Wales, and just sharing my brand, my story. I always remember thinking, why are we living in the country? Why are we just living by the creeks, which is beautiful, but I want to live by the sea. I want to just be me. I want to tap into my truth and just be content, not frustrated. Always felt frustrated. Let me know if you used to have to go to school. Hi, India, beautiful India. I want to go there one day. That would be incredible. We would travel half an hour to high school every day and then half an hour back, and I was thinking, what a waste of life. How annoying, sitting on the bus with all these other people and blah, blah, blah. School dramas, gossip, whatever. It was just a drag. To me, I love this lifestyle where I literally walk my little Nina to school. It's 5 minutes up the road, pick her up, walk back. A lot of the kids get buses, and I think they drive half an hour or 20 minutes back home, and then 20 minutes in the morning to school. And for me, I just think it's so good to be able to walk in the morning, just get active, feel fit, and start your day off with some movement and just walking. Good morning, how you going? Have a chat. And she has a play, and it's just a great lifestyle. So yeah. Hi. Let me know what you're up to, if you love living by the sea. And I just wanted to share also, I recently had to put restraining order on my mother, and I will be putting a restraining order on my father, because my father is very critical, negative, emotionally abusive, emotionally submissive, and controlling, judgmental, and I'm done. I'm really done. Every time I sort of get involved and try and people please my dad, and please like me, Dad, please be nice to me, please give me attention, Dad, please come and be in my life, I just get hurt, I feel distraught, I feel depressed, I feel weaker, I feel saddened. And every time I see my mum, similar thing happens. I feel like my mind is doing gymnastics. This lighting is not very good. Sorry, I'm going to have to get this lighting set up better. I end up doing all this mental gymnastics, and fear kicks in with my mum, and I doubt myself, and she's always been like, why can't you be like this? Why are you like this? You're always the one to whinge and complain, because there was just so much trauma and so much trouble in the family, and things unresolved, things unsaid, things, emotional abuse going on. And it's hard to talk about, it's hard to explain. You feel like, oh, it's too personal. Oh, I can't talk about my mum, I can't talk about my dad. But guess what? If you don't talk about it, you're not going to help other people, and you're not going to help other people out of the similar situation, and you're not going to release it all. I had a lot of anger, a lot of resentment and rage, because it was just so many emotions you couldn't release, or so much energy that was trapped that you just felt stuck. You couldn't really feel healthy emotions or feel safe. I recently did my Reiki Masters in Torquay, Victoria, and I learnt so much. Because she was saying, you never felt safe growing up. You never felt safe. You always felt threatened. You always felt, she saw a knife in my back, that I was always felt stabbed in the back. this is what Reiki is going to do if you learn Reiki, which is just healing, hands-on healing, spiritual clearing, actual true healing. She saw me being stabbed in the back, always feeling stabbed in the back, always feeling unsafe. And a lot of that is clearing. A lot of that is moving off. And guess how you move it off? By this, by talking, by processing, by sharing, by, you know, do you go to running every day? No, I don't run every day. I try and walk each day. Do you run yourself? Let me know. Do you like running? I find running a bit stressful. By talking about it, by processing and just getting out there, making moves, making bold moves, showing up, you are going to move through it. And, you know, I know there's some retreats and different events where people go and they scream and they let out this rage and emotion, and who knows, maybe one day I'll do those retreats with people, or I'll go to one myself and then, you know, learn about it. Maybe not. Maybe there's another way to do it, by just slowly releasing that resentment and anger and rage gently, and by talking about it and helping others. Let me know if you'd be interested in a Zoom meeting where we all discuss, you know, emotional abuse, narcissistic abuse, parental betrayal. Talk about how if someone isn't connected to the light and their higher self and their truth and their true purpose in life and adding value to others, they turn in on themselves, they start attacking themselves, self-destruction, addiction, judgment, control, fear. We talk about that, and we start learning how to heal from that and break free. Recently I had to call the police, get actual help, because guess what? Coercive control and narcissistic abuse is like violence. It is very serious, sometimes I believe even more dangerous than physical abuse. You know, I might be wrong, but it is so damaging because you can't catch it, and they'll be like, what, I didn't do anything. But I did notice recently when I saw my mum after I'd done my Reiki masters, she was coming up to me and being even more violent than normal, and really feeling, I feel like I've just downloaded so much more information, confidence, power, light, that she just was really not liking it and really veering up. And really, sometimes I'd say, do you want to hit me? I feel like you just want to hit me, you want to hurt me. She was coming up into my space, into my grill, and it was not good. It was awful. I felt very criticized, very doing mental gymnastics. She would sit me up one night drinking, like just getting really tipsy off her face, but really subtle. Turned off a movie she was watching, and she just was just grilling me and criticizing me and twisting and just using my light and just trying to suffocate me and just stab me emotionally, just fully into it. And I was like, I'm not tolerating this. I did first 2 laps walking, after 4 laps running, exercise every day. You absolute legend. Good on you. Do you feel good? Did you get a sweat up? Do you feel like a glow? That is so good. I believe we all need to do what works for us. For me, I'm definitely going to get into my stretching again and just loosen up all, like the pelvic region. Just really, I think men too, it's important to stretch and keep everything soft and supple and not tight and go. And this is what causes, you know, aging. Also not stepping into your purpose and speaking your truth and doing things you don't want to do, but just keeping everything soft. So dancing's good and supple. I think running can be good too, because you're keeping everything loose and fit and healthy, and keeping nimble and light, right, and not stuck and not trapped up. That's excellent. So good to hear. Hi from India. How old am I? 100 years old. And hi said hi. Yeah. Let me know if you like living by the sea. This whole story is about me coming back to the sea, coming back to nature, coming back to just being still, being safe, being in a clean, beautiful space, and knowing that everything's okay and you can speak up and share your story. You know, I've had to separate myself from my parents, my stepmom. I don't have a stepdad, but my stepbrother, I've had to separate myself. He was heavily drinking, being quite negative all the time, being quite hard and very just messy, dirty. I felt bad when I would say to my family when I was staying with them recently, feels really dirty and really grimy, guys. And they just thought I was judging and being rude and bitchy, and I shouldn't say anything because I'm staying there. But I felt so awkward and so ashamed, just so ashamed of what I've come from. Just cigarette ashtrays everywhere, filth, flies everywhere, meat just thrown in the bin, lots of meat, burnt meat, and that was just the whole energy was burnt meat, cigarettes, beer cans thrown in the fire pit out the back, beer cans all around the laundry. And I was like, I'm done. This is just gross. I've just had a divorce. I'm a single mum at the moment. I've got my child. I just need a safe space. So I literally just called the police, reached out for help, and the rest is history. I was nurtured. I was picked up like an eagle, picking me up and taking me under its wings like a baby. I had a social worker talking to me that supported me, that said, I want you guys to go out for breakfast today and just treat yourself. I was able to say no. I'd rather put that credit aside. I'm going to use that for me saving up, getting a car, getting back on my feet. Recently left Victoria. Basically, it's not just about the money, it's about that support, having someone emotionally there to talk to listen to you, your story, and to go, this is not okay what you're going through. I really needed a mum. I needed that support emotionally too. Don't make me cry, this is going to make me cry, but just my dad too. He just completely judged me when I did my Reiki Masters, completely dismissed me, criticized me, laughed at me, and I tried to just go small, play the role, be kind, be that submissive, disciplined, self-controlled, good little girl that just takes it on. I was like, I'm done. I'm not taking this bullshit anymore. I'm done. This is abuse. And he was trying to say that I was abusive. And so I got divorced after 10 years being married. I realized it was just the wrong person. And we're still on talking terms, but we do headbutt a lot. He's in Victoria, and he's a pretty good dad. He's good with my daughter, but yeah, I just went, I've got to get out of this. Especially after I read Think and Grow Rich, it was like, if you're in the wrong marriage, you're just going to have failure after failure. You're not going to get anywhere. And I realized I'm just in the wrong marriage, where we just do not complement each other. We do not lift each other up fully. This is okay. This is all right at times, but I don't feel heard. I don't feel understood, which is the exact same way I felt with my dad, my mum. I don't feel I can be myself. Always felt odd. I felt ashamed to be. I felt displaced. I felt ashamed to be like who I was, to express myself. Even what I wore, what I said, what I felt, how I would move. I just felt always in a cage. So I had to break free, and I don't look at it as like being a single mom. I look at it just life, moving forward, a chapter. I can be me. I can get on my own feet, and do what I want to do. Jaylee, are you a single mom yourself? Let me know. How are you? Good? Yeah, I'm really good. I'm going really good. Thank you. I appreciate you too. I really appreciate you. That is so sweet. You know, I just want to share my story. I really want to share my story. Really recommend, if your mum is being abusive, your dad, your family, you can call the police, you can call the social workers, you can get help. If you've had a divorce later in life and you never really got that break when you're young. I remember when I was leaving high school, there was so much trouble. There was sexual abuse in the home. There was trouble. There was rashes on my brothers and sisters. There was grief. There was this sick, dark energy, and I just wanted to get the hell out. And unfortunately, I went straight into debt. I got a student supplement loan. I went straight into this residential college where I was bloated, had short hair because my mum had cut my hair because I had dyed it. She had said, don't you ever friggin' dye your hair. And I wish she had said, I love you so much, let's style your hair, let's do a girls' night, let's nurture you, let's do some self-care, let's, go to a motel and have a girls' weekend. And I just wanted that mum to just nurture me. But I remember just dyeing my hair, bleaching it, and it was disgusting. And then my teachers were saying your hair is gross, and all it needed was toning, was some nurturing, but she ended up cutting it off. And I felt so ugly, so ashamed, so bloated, so sick. So I kind of hid away when we had schoolies, I hid away. I didn't go to schoolies. My friends were like, "Why don't you come?" But I was just so ashamed. So I went into debt. I went to a Resi Contra. They actually ripped me off. They overcharged me rent. And I learnt piano, I learnt guitar, I did some composition work. It was pretty good. I just wanted to get some skills up while I felt so ashamed of myself and self-conscious. And then I went and studied art as well. That was okay. I didn't go into debt with that. I just did that course. And then I think the next year I went and worked full-time as a kitchen hand. And they kept asking me, "Do you want to be a chef?" April. My name was Bindi then. "Bindi, do you want to be a chef?" And I remember just thinking, I don't want to be a mainstream chef. I don't like the food system. I don't like the food. I don't want to learn how to cook all this. I like raw food. Later, but I like fasting. I like old school style. So I was like, no, I just want to be a kitchen hand, whatever. And then unfortunately, I went to this church. I I play piano. I learned piano. I learned a lot of chords when I went to, I was 17. I finished year 12. I wish I had dropped out in year 10, but I went to a residential college and I did composition and piano, learning all the chords and following up with my guitar. I played guitar, and it just enabled me to have a bit more confidence with piano and with my music. And I played a few live gigs and met some people, but unfortunately I did go into debt, whereas I really didn't have to. I just didn't have that support of my dad, of other family. I had a brother and sister who were this high, little kids, and a lot of trouble and grief in the home, and I just wanted to get the hell away. I remember Mum crying recently and said, "I feel so bad because you just left. I didn't even see you. I didn't comfort you." But I was like, "It's okay. You had a lot of trouble. You had 2 kids. You broke up with that horrible man, and it's okay." But it was just complete chaos, complete trouble, and I just didn't want to exist really. I just wanted to hide under a rock. But that's all going to wake you up, going to shake you up and make you realize your journey, your purpose on this planet, and the bigger picture. My bigger picture is to step up, take responsibility. Thank you, that's cool. Take responsibility, be the leader that I always was, that I thought, no, you're dumb, you're stupid. I always thought I was stupid and dumb and couldn't really be a leader. I would go in and out of leader roles and feeling powerful to just be slapped down, just criticized, chaos all around, no support. I couldn't really take off because it was always this something squashing me. Not that I want to blame everything else, but that was just my path, to really just be flattened, squashed to later on. Now I feel like I can finally be free. I can finally take flight and just not give up. Just really just keep going. Just don't go back. Once you set those boundaries, don't go back to those people that always did abuse you, that always did crush you, because some people do not want the best for you. They do not want you to go well. They do not want you to glow. They do not want you to rise and have money and success and have a voice. Have a voice, speak up and have a voice. That's what you want to do. That's the main thing. It's not about money. It's not about blah, 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 blah. It's about having a voice and being powerful and feeling healthy and well and, having good energy, not sitting around binging, being weak, feeling stuck, moving each day, taking a step. So yeah, basically I ended up going to this church because I just wanted to get the hell away from Mum's side of the family, all the chaos, all the drama. I thought if I go to this church that Dad's in, didn't really know my dad that well. It was a very religious, controlling church. I couldn't see that at the start. It was very disciplined and Bible-based. I thought maybe my life will be better, my life will be clean, my life will be not as chaotic as that side. And yeah, a lot of years I spent in that cultish, really alone. I felt isolated. I felt, in a cage looking back. But I thought that was all I was worth. I thought that was how you get away from everything else. And it did teach me a lot in a way. So eventually I ended up saying, I need a divorce. This is not working. I need to separate. What woke me up was a lot of fasting, a lot of self-reflection and waking up and having my daughter and realizing I'm a single mom, I feel alone, I'm married, what's the point? This is a joke. Like, I know I'm not doing this anymore. I realize I've manifested, I've created what I kept thinking, that I'll be alone, it'll be a struggle, it's hard, because that's what I saw, you know, mum being abandoned, mum always feeling sad, never really being happy and bright and free, and her saying, every time I feel happy and beautiful and well, I just wreck it anyway. I just feel, she told me she felt everything was chaos, everything was hard. She never really separated herself from her mother, who I saw abuse her emotionally and criticized her and really judged her constantly and belittled her. She never really broke free from that. She never really, that's cool, thank you, wow, have you play piano, yes, yes, yes. And she never really stood up for herself and broke away. So if you have this kind of abuse and trouble, you want to be happy, you want to be free, you want to feel safe, you want to just, thank you, don't worry, baby, you too. You just want to feel well, you want to feel bright, and that's how I feel. I feel now, don't worry. My mind's always worrying and scared, but I think, no, you're safe. You are safe. You don't have to go back to the bullies. You don't have to go back to explaining yourself to the mother, to the father. Just because they had you, just because they delivered you, you don't have to go back and worship them and bow to their feet and bow to that abuse and, you know, deal with all the love bombing and then the dumping, the being ignored, the being threatened. You know, I feel like I was always punished if things went well, or I got this big love bombing thing, this gift, then you would be punished later. Or if you spoke up and said something, you would be punished. I'm so glad that, yeah, you have to just leave the past. But I want to help you guys. I want to help other people break free. And this helps me. This is helping me process it all and move forward and actually realize, okay, you don't have that nurturing mum you always wanted and that support, or that father that says, I'm so glad you did your Reiki Masters and you're learning how to heal yourself more and looking deeper, you know. I just have to find that within myself and find my own soul family and connect with the other people. I'm never going to get that from my dad, who didn't get that from his dad and his family, you know. And I'm never going to get that nurturing, clean, safe mother. I just have to be that myself. So that's fine. Thank you. Appreciate you too. So yeah, Girl by the Sea life. This is the outfit of the day. Nice long throat. This is a white textured kind of vintage piece that I like. And this dress is a silk number that I got in Torquay. Feeling good. Better go now, head out. I will probably jump on live tomorrow again. And I've really enjoyed your company, guys. Let me know any questions or any thoughts. Love getting on here, love speaking. Hopefully this video will be saved. Wow, it's been nearly half an hour, so we'll talk soon, and thank you so much for watching, and yeah. I'm trying to work out how to reply to these comments. Thank you so much, I appreciate you. Comments. I am trying to post this video now. Thank you so much. I never done this live before. Thank you so much for the likes, guys.